Hello everybody, welcome to Department Diaries. This is a series created by students of International Burch University, Department of English Language and Literature. In this series, we are going to cover some interesting topics about language and literature. In this first episode of Department Diaries, my friends are going to talk about some interesting accents which include Scottish, Yorkshire and Texas.
Hello everybody, today I'm going to talk about the Yorkshire accent, and I'd like to kick off with some of the pronunciation differences that vary in this particular accent compared to the classical or standard American or British English. So, in words like worse and nurse, we get a change in vowels that resembles more of the vowel sound of hair. So worse and nurse will be pronounced as werse or nurse. One other change that we get is the glottal stop. So it occurs in words with the letter T in them, or double T. So the T sound is sort of changed to a sound, and in word like butter, we change it to butter. One other change that we have is that we just disregard the h sound at the beginning of words. So for example, house will be pronounced as house. And in younger groups of people, it is also noticed that the th sound is changed into th. So thank you would become thank you. And that would be some of the pronunciation rules when it comes to the Yorkshire accent. And now I'm going to recite a part from one song made by the Arctic Monkeys that are originally from Sheffield, which is a part of Yorkshire County. Have you got colour in your cheeks? Do you ever get that feel that you can't shift the tie that sticks around like summers in your teeth? Are there some aces up your sleeve? Have you no idea that you're in deep? I dreamt about you nearly every night this week. How many secrets can you keep? Cause there's this tune I found that makes me think of you somehow, and I'll play it on repeat until I fall asleep, spilling drinks on my city. Do I wanna know?
Hello, my name is Kenan, and I'm going to show you some distinctive features of the Scottish accent. Firstly, in the Scottish accent, we often prolong the vowels, such as remember, occasion, get, man, and so on. Another feature of the Scottish accent is the alveolar flap, which means that it only takes a contraction of the muscles, and the tongue only briefly touches the top of the mouth. Such examples are trying, trouble, right, and this means that Scottish is actually a Rothic accent. However, we don't always emphasize the R. Now, I'm going to read to you an extract from the Tale of Two Cities in the Scottish accent. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light, it was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. We had everything before us, we had nothing before us. We were all going direct to heaven. We were all going direct to the other way. In short, the period was so far like the present period that some of its noisiest authorities insisted on its being received, for good or for evil, in the superlative degree of comparison only.
Hello, I'm Alessandro, and I'll be going a bit more west when it comes to accents, because I'll be talking about the Texan accent. Now, the Texan accent is usually seen in most movies or in theaters. Even though the ages of the Wild Wild West have long gone, some people in Texas have still chosen to be cowboys and ranchers. A problem regarding the Texan accent is that most people confuse the Texan accent with the country accent. They are a bit similar, but the Texan accent is a long way from the country accent, and I'm gonna tell you how. The Texans drop out the prolonged I and replace it with ah. So I'm swinging would be I'm swangin'. One of the most significant vowel changes is the E in pen. So non-Texans would say pen, but Texans would say pien. I'll read the exact same text as my colleague did, but in a slightly different accent. It was the best times, it was the worst times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light, it was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. We had everything before us, we had nothing before us. We were all going direct to heaven. We were all going direct the other way. In short, the period was so far like the present period that some of its noisiest authorities insisted on its being received for good or for evil, in the superlative degree of comparison only.
Thank you so much for watching our first Department Diaries video. If you like this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe below for more future videos.
So hello and Rafa. Not gonna say it.
Another distinctive feature of the Scottish accent is the alveolar flap. Alveolar flap.
Is this
All of you will participate.
I'm not ready, by the way.
So we can make it.
Try
pop up the
here,
text.
so I'm looking at the
Oh
camera.
yeah, we can
We
have
will
your
make
profile
text
reading
pop up.
something. You'll be so serious while reading it.
What?
But it kind of cuts his hair, so that's...
Yeah, this thing.
my hair? I have washed my hair yesterday, I'm sorry.
Or here, maybe. We're all going direct to another way. Nice.
For example, I am sitting will be I am sitting. No, wait, what the hell? For example, they drop the prolonged I and say it as ah. I am swimming. Swimming? So, I am swimming. Again, what's with the swimming?